Hi, it's Odeean here today. Today I'm reviewing Chogokin Hello Kitty! 40th Anniversary Chogokin Hello Kitty. The box is beautiful. I haven't been focusing on boxes much these days, but this box is very, very lovely. Very colourful. It shows you exactly what's in there. It's got this nice comic style print on the side. It says exactly what you need to say. Chogokin, 40th Anniversary, Hello Kitty. Nice demonstration at the back. But the thing I love the most about it is so compact. But when you pick it up, it's like a little brick of Chogokin goodness inside. It's quite heavy, and it sort of whets your appetite with anticipation of the amount of metal that must be in that box to give it that weight. Like most Soul of Chogokins, we get a base with the accessories in a little plastic bubble. And then what I really love is this nice foam insert. I love foam. I really don't like plastic bubbles. I like foam a lot better. And the reason I like it is, besides the fact that it keeps everything nice and safe from jiggling about, it doesn't compress. So you can stack tons of boxes on top of something that's in foam and you don't have to worry too much about it. Once you get her out of the box, this is what you're presented with. This whole thing is ice cold to the touch. It's basically a huge lump of metal with a few plastic attachments. As you can see, the hands are not on it, and that's because, like any real Chogokin, Hello Kitty is rocket punch. So let's plug in her little paws. That looks a little bit better. Let's see how far these are going to shoot. Not super far, but you know, it's more decent than, say, a transformer, for example. Her head is on a ratcheting pivot like this, but it's more than a pivot. It's basically a universal joint. If I show you at the back, you can see it's also ratcheted into, what's that, 3 separate positions. And I do have some concern about the final position. Like when you get to this spot, it does cause an impact between 2 sections of diecast. So if you're going to be putting her into the flying or swimming pose too many times, it's probably going to wear on that paint. That's in the box. They deal with that by putting a plastic collar around there that you remove in the packaging. But yeah, I'm guessing if it's on display, that's not too much of a problem. One thing I really like is the attention to detail, and here's the bottom of Hello Kitty's feet. You can see they're little rockets, so she's got jets. You don't have to imagine her flying too hard when you see those rockets there. They kind of double as ports to plug the base onto, so you can see the friction's enough to hold her in place, and she looks pretty damn nice on that display. Now, I have been saying this is not actually Hello Kitty. This is a super robot. The actual Hello Kitty is this little figure here. Now, I keep saying Hello Kitty. Is her name really Hello? I don't know. Does Hello Kitty have another name? If she does, someone stick it in my comments down below. But this is the actual figure of the character Hello Kitty. And unfortunately, she does have a peg sticking out of her bum. But it's not a posable toy. It's really just meant as a component of the whole. So on display, on the base, you can stick her down here if you wish, in front of the mech. Alternately, how does this work? We can rotate. What am I doing wrong here? We can push this little clip, and that will rotate the the bow at the front of her head and flip up the spring-loaded canopy. Whoa, too heavy, Hello Kitty. Revealing a nice cockpit area with a nicely padded seat. Pretty decent detailing in there with one big button to push. Hello Kitty just pegs into that little hexagonal hole there. So there we go. Very secure. That's not going to wobble out. Now, this button does have something to do. So I'm going to hold her face up like this to the camera. These are the standard black eyes. If she pushes down on that button, we go to kind of searchlight eyes. They're sort of high beams on a car, something like that. We'll push it again. Angry, like rage eyes, where she's just gonna go insane and fight someone, probably shoot off her rocket punch fists. One more click brings us back to normal. To lock this canopy back down, we just push it down and re-engage the bow. So it is actually fully the bow that keeps that spring-loaded feature in place. So you must have the bow. The bow is not removable. This cat has a transformation. So the first one is to vehicle mode for land-based terrain. To do that, we just click this up and listen to that. I don't know if you can hear it. Nice little detents there of ratcheting. Very, very appealing. At the back, the tail flips down into this position, and you can see the tail has like a bearing on it. It's kind of a wheel. And also there are more metal wheels underneath. So altogether she's got 5, they look like steel, some kind of steel wheels. If I put her back down on the ground, it does sit stably, and the way she drives is just to turn her head in the direction she wants to drive and scoot her along like this. Admittedly, it's not much of a vehicle mode, but I think the key elements of this figure are not the transformation and are mainly the metal content and cuteness. Any other features like this that we get are they're kind of like a little bit jokey. So, I mean, it's Hello Kitty. It's a good transformation for Hello Kitty. She never transformed before. Next, we've got these pieces that we can clip together. There's one. Grab the other one. How does this go? Like that, I think. Now, these are her flippers for another vehicle mode. So they can peg into the rocket boosters underneath like this, a little bit tight. And there is definitely a left and a right so they don't collide with each other. And then tilt the head up on its ratchet, and basically that's it. That's her Aqua Mode. So they're flippers for paddling in the water to propel her forward. She's looking forward and she can rocket through the water like that. Now I'm guessing that she would have been able to propel herself with those rockets under her feet. So the flippers are really for cuteness more than propulsion. Maybe these 2 little holes at the bottom let those rockets thrust a little bit too. In either the Aqua Mode or the Flight Mode, which I haven't shown yet, this base has 2 attachable little holders that can just clip in. They don't really clip, just let her sit on top of them. And because she's so heavy, it tends to really stay in place. And that is how you would display it on the shelf if that was the mode that you're interested in. The final mode, Flight Mode, comes with an extra piece to attach wings. To make the wings, we just get this flipper, pull off the back sections, and these will clip together to make a kind of wing. Now, in the back of this, how does this going to work? What am I missing here? I feel like I've done it wrong. Let's try sticking these. And then that will go in there. That explains the hole. And then looks like that will fit here. And then all we've got to do is somehow pull this out. Oh, I've got no fingernails, that hurt. Revealing what looks like standard accessory port. Flip this tail out of the way and plug in the wings. There we go. That's pretty cool. So I'm guessing her head, yep, can still bend up like that. Just position the arms how you like. And again, we can get the base. And there we've got Hello Kitty Flight Mode ready to buzz around on your shelf. I've got to admit, I don't really care for the Flight Mode or Aqua Mode. It's cute. If I was going to play with it, if I was a little kid, like my daughter, then yeah, that would be pretty cool. But I'm not a kid. I just want it to stand up straight on my shelf. A moment ago I said that that was a standard expansion port for the back of a Chogokin. It really looks like it. This is another set I haven't reviewed yet, a Scrander that I just got in the mail today. It is supposed to be able to plug there, I'm pretty sure, but the thing that goes wrong is that I got a feeling this diecast has behaved differently than the plastic they usually use, because even though it's exactly the same shape, if I push that on there, it's just too loose. It can't grip. There's no gripping at all. I would have to put blue tack or tape or something in there to make it hold, which is a bit disappointing. It would have been awesome to have Hello Kitty with Mazinger's jetpack on the back, but it's not to be. My final thoughts. Okay, from a collection point of view, for me, someone who likes mainly Soul of Chogokin stuff when it comes to these diecast things, I like this. It feels nice. It's kind of cutesy, and the price is low enough that I can buy it without feeling like an idiot for getting something that's not really, you know, it's not really in line with most of the stuff that I've got. By the time I got it shipped, it's not as cheap as it sounds for me with the shipping. It ended up being 65, maybe 70. I know a lot of people talk about it costing 40, but I think when they say 40, that's an exaggeration, because it's really about 45. And then if you add shipping, even if it's close for you, I'm guessing that no one's going to be getting this for less than 50. I don't know, is that a good estimate? But I don't feel that it was overpriced. I feel that for the weight of the toy, even at the price I paid, it's pretty good. But that is not where this toy shines. I think where this really shines is if you've got someone to give it to. So this is my version. I'm not giving this to anybody. I like it. But I have a little daughter, and I've got one of these stashed away for her, and it's going in with her Christmas stuff, and I know she's going to love it. Sure, it's going to get chipped and wrecked. I don't care. Once she gets it, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun for her to have. I have a third one that I just bought, just because, you know, do you ever get that situation where there's a lady and you need to buy something for her and you want it to be personal from you, but, you know, what are girls like? They don't like anything. As far as I know, girls they're not in the same league as my crowd when it comes to the stuff that we buy and collect. But I know that a lot of chicks like Hello Kitty, and this adds the personalization of something to share from what I like. So I don't know who I'm going to give that third one to yet. I've got it stuck in the cupboard. Well, actually, my daughter's one's stuck in the cupboard. The other one's on the way. But I know that it's going to come in handy sooner or later. So I just thought I'd buy it while I had the chance. So as you can tell, I think this is a good piece. The execution is good. The look is good. The features are funny and cool. And it's just very cute. So I can recommend it. This has been Odeean reviewing. Can you call this a solid Chogokin? I don't know. Chogokin, Hello Kitty. Thanks for watching.